Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel ESP Daniela. So I'm going to get right into this video. So for this video, I will be sharing with you guys 5 easy steps on how to become an influencer, especially as it relates to being a student-based or education-based influencer. So for context, I am primarily on TikTok and have approximately 700,000 followers on TikTok alone. And I have been able to make a whole lot of money as a result from brand deals and other ways of making money via social media. So I just really wanted to share with you guys how you also can be a student-based influencer and make some money. I have been an influencer since 2017. However, over the course of all these years, I only started finally truly getting paid for my work this year in 2021, because beforehand I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I did not know that this particular niche or category that I'm in, education, could be so lucrative and all the money that I could make. To give you an example of some of the brand deals I have had, I can create a 10, 15, 20-second video on TikTok and get paid like $5,000 for that video alone. And you know, a lot of brands, they have back to school campaigns, and so they reach out to so many influencers, especially education-based influencers, to promote their product, to promote their services, their apps, whatever it may be. And so this past summer alone, I was able to make over 10 figures every single month in the summer. And even in this month of October, again, over 10 figures. So I really wanted to share this information because being a student-based influencer, not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people consider or think about it when they think of the word influencer. When people think influencer, they mainly think people in fitness, beauty, gaming, fashion, etc., all these different categories, which of course are important as well. But being an education influencer, it literally intersects with everything. Like, I could create a video related to makeup, fashion, or even home improvement, and it's still related to education. Because, for example, with makeup, I could say, oh, this is a back to school makeup look. With fashion, I could say this is a back to school fashion look, back to school shopping. With home improvement furniture, I can be like, oh, this is a video for dorm decor, you know? So education literally intersects with everything. So because of this, you have so much more access to more campaigns and brand deals and partnerships. So with that all being said, let's get into this video. So I will be diverting my eye to my Google document that's open here because I have my notes typed up and everything. So yeah, the very first thing that you really want to focus on is to study beforehand what others are doing within your particular niche, whether that's education or something else like beauty, fitness, whatever it may be. And so when you are studying these people within your given niche or niche, however you pronounce that word, you want to make sure that you can offer a twist, a new perspective, angle on it, so that you're not essentially copying that person, because we don't want to copy. And plus it helps you with standing out more with brand deals rather than just obviously being the same exact type of influencer as a person that they've already looked at. So as an example of some of the things that you could be studying from them would be what hashtags they're using, what trends they're using, what viral sounds that they're using in the background of their videos, how they present themselves on camera, the common characteristics of their most viral posts, and also what types of videos they have, whether that looks like they are mainly posting original videos or perhaps stitched videos, duets, etc. You want to get a feel for what is more likely to work and what is less likely to work within your given niche or niche. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that word, just so you know what to expect when you finally do start. And then once you do that initial round of studying those within your given niche, your given category, then you can go in and experiment and see what works for you and what doesn't work for you, because what works for them might not work for you. Everyone is different. So next, let's talk about branding, which is so important. You want to make sure that you are different in some type of way, whether that is visually, whether that is you using humor in your videos, or more so being just like straight up professional all the time. You want for your videos to be both impressionable and memorable. So another thing, tying back into the first point of this video about studying existing people within your given niche, existing influencers within your category, is to create like a mood board or study the certain aesthetics that they have. Like maybe they have an aesthetic of where they only use a certain amount of colors, like a color palette within their videos, whether that's on TikTok or Instagram, whatever that may be. Or perhaps with their brand, they have like this whole series dedicated to just one given topic within that niche. So for example, there's one particular TikToker that I can think of where all his videos are strictly just about evaluating whether you should apply or deny to a certain university. And a lot of his videos, as a result of that, get a lot of engagement from video to video. Or you can create like a whole series related to, let's say, scholarship advice, which is like basically what I do. I started out as mainly just a scholarship-based influencer, and then eventually branched out to just being overall education, as well as professional development and financial tips, how to save money, make money as a young person and everything. And you know, it's a good thing that I brought that up, because when it comes to being an influencer, you don't really have to stick to just one given niche. You know, you can branch off into 2 to 3 different categories. So next, let's talk about what social media platforms you should start off with. So in my personal opinion, I truly do believe that in today's day and age with social media, that you need to start on TikTok. And here's why. The algorithm on TikTok, it's a lot more inclusive to different types of content creators. So for example, I started out as a scholarship-based influencer because I have helped students win millions of dollars in scholarships over the years. But I started on YouTube, and the thing about YouTube is that people don't really look for scholarships, you know. They're just kind of like, it's not something that is really searchable on a search engine based type of social media platform. Whereas with TikTok and the way its algorithm is set up with the For You page, you get exposed to all this different type of content that you know dang well that you never really would have looked for intentionally in the first place. It just, the algorithm knows you so well and knows that you're eventually going to be interested in that as well. So that is why it is so much easier to grow on TikTok as opposed to other platforms. And even with Instagram, their platform is more so geared towards influencers who are like in the fitness, beauty, skincare type of categories. And of course, if that's what you're wanting to do, that works for you. But if you're someone like me who is mainly about education, Instagram is not the main go-to place for that. I would say that now TikTok is ranked number 1 for educational student-based influencers, and then YouTube would be like a close second. And so when you start your TikTok, make sure that you also link in your bio to your Instagram, your YouTube channel, whatever other social media platform that you want to promote and grow. Because as a result of doing this myself, I grew by thousands of followers on Instagram and on YouTube so much faster than I was before when I was just on only Instagram and YouTube. It's a lot easier, again, to grow on TikTok and have that growth to also be converted over onto other social media platforms. Now let's talk about the types of videos that do well within your given niche or category. So as an example, again, since I am coming from the perspective of a student-based education influencer, my personal observation has been that education-based videos that get a lot of engagement on YouTube, TikTok, etc. typically relate to study hacks, or they're just like study with me, or perhaps if you are studying something that is a very sought after major, like for example, you're in law or something STEM related, and you want to give tips related to that, those videos as well get a lot of engagement and views. Now, if I were to do the same with my given major, my undergrad was in broadcast journalism, and now I'm in grad school for public relations. If I were to do a video about that, probably wouldn't get as much engagement as opposed to someone, you know, teaching someone how to code, because coding is a very, you know, sought after, in-demand career field right now. So make sure to have beforehand a general idea of what types of videos within your given category perform the best. See how it works for you, and don't limit yourself to only those types of things. Try to be unique and offer something different. And what makes my content unique is that it talks about scholarship opportunities. Okay, brief intermission here. If you are a university student, graduate student, or working professional who wants to rapidly upgrade your resume in the field of international business and build a network of business professionals from all over the world, then this might interest you. International Business School Americas is looking for a diverse international student body, and they're looking to enroll students in their intensive business and management programs, and so they reached out to me to spread the word to my audience. There's an opportunity to obtain a scholarship at one of these 6 institutions across the globe. IBS Americas is awarding scholarships to attend their intensive 3-week executive summer and winter programs at world-renowned universities, business schools, and 5 international destinations. And of course, if you are interested in learning more about these programs and how to apply for a scholarship, then click the link in my bio description. Okay, now back to the main video. So now let's talk about brand deals. Now this is probably what you mainly came here for, because this is how you really get paid as an influencer, especially on TikTok, because the reality of the TikTok creator marketing space, or whatever it's called, creator fund, it doesn't pay me much of anything. I get like maybe $100 a month from the creator fund. But as far as brand deals, like I've had sponsored videos from Amazon, Walmart, Adobe, Grammarly, Chegg, all these different companies, whether they're just strictly education based or, just some of everything, I've been able to work with them as a result of these brand collaborations. So as far as getting these deals, there are several ways to go about it. Either they reach out to you or you reach out to them. So you're like pitching your idea to them. So for the most part, most of my brand deals come from them reaching out to me. And this is another point that you should really make sure to have linked in your bio. You need to have your email address in your bio of your Instagram, YouTube, TikTok account, whatever it may be, because this is the primary way that they are able to contact you to introduce themselves and see if you want to potentially work with them. And on that note, when you are receiving these brand deal emails, make sure that you are also checking not only your main inbox, but also if you're using like Gmail, make sure to check that promotions tab as well as your junk mail, because I have nearly missed out on thousands of dollars from brand deals simply because I nearly did not check those tabs. So do not miss that. Make sure to check maybe once every 3 days or something like that. So more on the topic of getting brand deals, there are 2 essential things that you really want to have as an influencer of any category, really. So one of which is your media kit and the other is your work portfolio. So a media kit is essentially like your resume. So with my media kit, it will show like the names of certain brands I've worked with in the past, such as what I mentioned earlier, Walmart, Chegg, Amazon, Lowe's, etc. And then the same will be said for my work portfolio. So the work portfolio is basically like a personal website showing everything that I've done. So essentially the difference between the two is that the media kit is attached in an email as a PDF, whereas a work portfolio, it's a shared URL link linking to your website, showing that potential partner all your past videos, successful campaigns, case studies from successful campaigns. That's another thing that's very important, case studies, because with case studies, you want to show like your analytics, how well a video performed, like how many likes it got, how many shares, how many people took the call to action, which means like, let's say you're doing a video and they want you to also have a link in your bio, and then your analytics show that well over 100,000 people ended up clicking that link in the bio and maybe 50,000 ended up buying the product. That would be things that you would want to mention within your case study. And mentioning that to brands, it just makes you seem a lot more professional and they're going to be more likely to work with you. I personally created my media kit for free using canva.com. But I do want to encourage you, like this isn't sponsored by the way, but I want to encourage you to go ahead and get like the pro version of canva.com because it has so many features to just really make your media kit and all the other visual things that you will have to create as an influencer to look better. And then as for my work portfolio, I also created that for free using Google Sites. If you have a Google account and you're already using like Gmail, it's very easy to create and user-friendly. So some tabs you want to have on your work portfolio would include like a homepage tab showing like an about section about you as an influencer or your education background, professional background. Another tab showing all the brands you worked with, like with their actual, logo. Let's see, what else do you want them to have? Additional contact information. Now, one of the key points I want to mention between your media kit and your work portfolio is that when you are pitching, like sending a cold letter pitch to a brand that knows absolutely nothing about you, first send your work portfolio instead of sending a PDF attachment of your media kit. And here's why. So a lot of times when we receive emails from people who have never emailed us in the past, they never receive it. It gets sent to their spam folder and they never see it. So if you're sending a PDF of your media kit and it's already been months since you sent out that pitch to that particular brand, it's not because they're ignoring you. It's probably because they just simply never received it or got sent to their spam folder. So if instead you just link to your website, it's less likely to be filtered into there and more likely to be seen. Now, I'm going to make a whole bunch of videos related to pitching, how to get brand deals, building your work portfolio, media kit, and all these other things, because there's so much that goes into it. But this gives you like a very brief snippet. So if you want to see more content like this, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, if you need education or scholarship related tips, go ahead and subscribe for that as well, and follow me on my other social platforms. Another tip on how to get brand deals ties back into the first point of studying others within your niche and seeing what they're doing. So if you're scrolling down your For You page on TikTok and you suddenly see an influencer within your category who is doing a sponsored video, look up that sponsor, look up that brand, and reach out to them and say, hey, I'm basically the same type of influencer as this person who you just partnered with. I can do a video for you too, and I think it'll turn out great. Because see, I personally have done this a lot, of where I see fellow creators on TikTok with sponsored posts, and I'm like, oh, let me reach out to this brand, and then they say yes, and I end up making a couple of $1,000s just by doing that. So this is also another great way to get additional revenue, additional money for yourself. There's also influencer marketplaces such as Aspire IQ. Now, one thing about Aspire IQ is that if you're an education student-based influencer, a lot of their campaigns that they have for anyone to apply to, they're not so much geared towards like my given niche, my given category. The open campaigns that they have on there is more so if you're into like beauty, fitness, lifestyle, parenthood, skincare, things like that. So they'll have like a lot of makeup brands like L'Oreal, or skincare brands like Dove or something like that on that platform, seeking influencers to post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it may be. So if you are within one of those categories, that would be like one of your main go-tos to find campaigns. Now, of course, you can still use Aspire IQ and other platforms alike that have campaigns, but just know it's going to be very scarce to find open source campaigns related to education, professional development, whatever it may be, if you're like me. Well, that concludes this video. I hope that this has been educational and informative to you. Please let me know in the comments if you have any additional questions. Also, if you want personal consultation regarding how to become an influencer, whether that's specific to education or just any type of influencer, really, we can set up a Zoom call and I can talk to you directly if you would like to. Of course, there'll be a small fee for that, but if you're interested, let me know. And also, if you are interested in any of my services related to scholarships or my book, The Scholarship Algorithm, and online course for that, those are all linked in my bio description as well. Anywho, bye.